Welcome back. We're still talking about section 3.6, and we're talking about quadratic functions that are in general form. So let's continue on here with problem 2. Find the vertex of the given function g of x equals 13 plus x squared minus 6x. Rewrite the quadratic function in vertex form. Start by rearranging the terms of the function so that it's in descending order. So we'll notice here that this is not in descending order. And we like to keep things organized that way in math. And it helps us to just make sure that we know, and we're looking at it carefully, which values are A, B, and C. It's still the same equation, we just want to write it in descending order. So I have g of x equals x squared, needs to go first, then negative 6x, and then plus 13. Alright, so now it's in descending order, and we want to find the vertex so that we can write it in vertex form. So to do that, let's identify our A, B, and C again. So we can see here that A is 1. That coefficient out in front of our x squared is just a 1. Our B is negative 6, and our C is 13. So let's use the vertex formula to help us figure out what the vertex is. For our x value, we're going to take the opposite of b and then divide it by 2 times a. So the opposite of our b, it's negative 6, so make sure you write it down as a positive 6, over 2 times a, and a is just 1 in this, so 2 times 1. So we end up getting 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So x equals 3. That's part of our vertex, right? But remember, it's not the whole thing. We have an x and y coordinate that we need to think about with this. Okay? And remember that x value here, when we're talking about it in vertex form, we call this ordered pair, this vertex, h comma k. Right? So even though there's still an x and y coordinate, we give those specific names so we know we're talking about that vertex. Now that we've found that x is 3, now I can substitute that back into our g of x equation, and I'm going to substitute it into this one where we changed the order, rearranged the order of it. Here is our equation, and now I'm going to substitute that x equals 3. Right, everywhere I had an x. So I'll have that 3 squared times negative 6 times 3 plus 13. Multiply and combine like terms. So we've got 3 squared is 9, minus 6 times 3, which is 18, plus 13. If we combine those together, we get negative 9 plus 13. So y equals 4. So I have my vertex is 3, 4, but I'm not done because I want to write my answer so that it's in vertex form. So when I do that, my vertex form looks like a times x minus h all squared plus k. And now let's put in what we have there. My a is just 1, so I don't need to put that in front of there because 1 times anything is just 1. But in place of my h, I'm going to put 3, so I'll have x minus 3 all squared, and then plus my k, which is 4. So now I have it in vertex form. So we went from general form to vertex form. just by finding that vertex.